Without further ado, let's go. Down payment, guys. Down payment and closing cost assistance. I don't have that here in the presentation, but down payment slash closing cost are a major hurdle and factor heavily into affordability as far as getting into a home. So, what I wanted to do was talk to you, potential home buyers out there, even move up home buyers. A lot of folks don't realize this, but assistance is available for people that are not first time home buyers. Definition: anyone who has not had ownership interest in a home in the most recent 3 years. But I want you to have an idea from a 10,000-foot view of how you should look at these programs to see if they potentially will be a fit for you. In order to achieve the largest amount of monies, that's always going to happen on a city level as far as the down payment assistance is concerned. So if you're needing or wanting a big bang, if you will, as it pertains to down payment and closing cost assistance, you want to look at the city level. The things that you have to understand, though, is this. Not only do they provide the most amount of money from my experience, but they also have the most stringent guidelines because they're really designed to help low to moderate income clientele, people that might not otherwise ever have an opportunity to buy. So you have to understand that. It's very important to make sure income wise, you don't exceed whatever their AMI, area median income, that program has determined for the program. Make that designation on household size. So that's a key point to know there. And also know this, there's a lot, you're going to do a lot of steps. It's a longer process on the city level. A lot of times you got an 8-hour class that you physically have to go to. From the lending side, it's not as easy as other down payment assistance programs as far as the funding is concerned. There's a lot of steps. You have to be patient. That's my point. And that could or may not hurt you depending on where you're looking to buy, but it's something that you must be made aware of up front, and it can help mitigate the affordability. State level. After you've looked at the city level, you want to move to the state level, and there it's going to help a wider range of people. There's some fees associated on the state side that you might not have on the city level, but there's fees across the board because the administrators of the programs, they have employees and things of that nature. So you want to watch the fees, especially if you're tight on your portion that you're going to contribute. I cannot stress this enough for those of you that might be watching. It's down payment and closing cost assistance. You have to have some skin in the game. It's almost impossible. Almost. I didn't say 100%, but you have to have too many things go in your favor in order to get into a home with no monies. So remember, these are assistance programs for down payment and closing costs. There's less red tape on the state level. Again, my favorite down payment assistance program that I use in the state of Texas, I've closed loans as quick or fast as 15 days. The norm is 30. The only time there's an extension is if my client has done something that they shouldn't have, or if the house didn't appraise. There's something wrong with the deal. But there's a negative stigma that's associated with all down payment assistance, and it's not accurate because, again, on the city level, it could be longer. Trust and believe. But on the state level, there's a lot of programs that are, you don't even know from a seller or a realtor perspective, especially when you're dealing with the right team. Moving forward, last most definitely not least, there's some national down payment assistance programs. Really don't like them because they're expensive. Rates are high. They're more so loans than anything, and a lot of times they have to be paid back. But there's something out there for everyone. And again, we want to help you maximize, kill all of the noise out there that's saying, hey, you can't buy. You can buy in 2023. Let's move forward to our second hack, if you will. Loan programs. And again, everything that I'm talking to you is from a 10,000-foot level. There's too much nuance. I've listened to you, the community, and you say, hey, Robert, we can't get everything in every video. And you're right. So always feel free to reach out to either me or the lender that you know and trust. And you could get into the weeds, if you will, on these things that we're discussing. But loan programs and using the right ones is another way to maximize your affordability, especially for first time homebuyers. So much has been done. A lot of stuff is in the news that people are boo-hooing about, but the changes that have been made for you, first time homebuyers, folks that have not owned in the most recent 3 years, folks that have lower credit scores, these programs traditionally, a lot of people don't know, home ready, home possible, conventional programs, they already will allow for 3% down payment. That's a 0.5% less than FHA. Then we have your FHA. And then if you're in a USDA eligible area, or should I say, the home is in a USDA eligible area and you meet the other guidelines, all of these programs are excellent to help mitigate the affordability, the down payment and closing costs. That could be a juggernaut and prevent a lot of people, because a lot of you guys out there, you can handle the monthly payments. It's not really a price thing, it's just getting in the door. So these programs, the conventional ones to be exact, have made some major changes to where you can actually get monies back, not back, but monies towards your closing cost. Okay. So a lot of the fees, the LLPAs, if you've heard that, loan level price adjustments, things that have been updated and changed here recently or since October of last year, have been in your favor. This is your time. Okay. You want to make sure your lender understands what is going on in the market as far as guidelines and things of that nature. But these programs, Home Ready, Home Possible, FHA, USDA, go a long way if you qualify to help you maximize affordability. Oh, before we move forward, most of these programs will allow you to use the down payment assistance programs also. Number three, choose the right realtor in this case. I know a lot of you guys think you need to run out to the realtor initially. I respectfully disagree. You should get with your lender first so that you can understand what it is that you can buy. You can know your low, you can know your high as far as a purchase price. Understand if you qualify for those down payment assistance programs that I mentioned, because all of those programs are administered by a lender, and the program gives the assistance in whatever form that it comes in: a grant, a second, what we call a silent second, where there's no payment for a certain period of time, or a second that has to be paid back at some point in time in the future. But lenders are the ones that help you make that determination on what you can do. From there, it's all about the realtor. And especially in 2023, in these times, it's very important. You need an experienced realtor. No disrespect to younger realtors, younger agents out there. Hopefully you are associated with some seasoning, some folks that have been in this business, because we're in the time where negotiating skills are paramount. That's really what you're paying your realtor for. Gone are the days of all the B-roll and the pretty cars and the slow motion and coming out of the title company and all the good looking people, and all of y'all are good looking, but got to have some substance behind the facade. And in these times, negotiating skills are paramount. Okay. Contract structuring, you'd be surprised. I'm not going to digress, but got to know how to structure a contract, structure an offer, and understand all of the opportunities you will have as a buyer as the as the process moves forward. Okay. It's not, it's abstract. It's not concrete when it comes to contract and negotiations. You're dealing with a lot of things. Last thing I'll say on that is they must know the local market. They're the ones that need to be the local expert. Your lender doesn't have to be the local expert. Your lender needs to be experts on loan products, guidelines, and understanding how interest rates and the market moves. Your realtor needs to know the market where you're going to look to buying things of that nature. And that goes a long way in maximizing affordability for a lot of reasons that we're not going to get into now. I will say this: if you need help finding a realtor that has the type of acumen that we believe that we have and the customer service, reach out. We can help you with that as well. So, moving forward, renter income. This is one in these times that a lot of people aren't really familiar with, but with a lot of multi-generational situations because of affordability, folks living together, even young adults and things of that nature. If done properly, it's all about planning. Okay. Again, we're not going to get into the weeds, but you can have that renter help you purchase a home. Okay. If structured and done right. It's about planning, it's about partnership. You'll hear me say that a lot throughout this, but this is another hack that a lot of people are not taking advantage of to help maximize your affordability and allow you to be able to purchase a home. Last and most definitely not least, this is an oldie and a goodie. Non-occupant co-bars with the right loan program and the right structuring. Some of you guys have mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, me, pop, mama, papa, abuela, abuelo, all of that. Uncle. You might have somebody, brother, sister, done all of those combinations where the person is saying, hey, I know and trust you as whatever the relationship is to me, and I'm willing to let you use my income. You got to qualify with their income and their credit to help you get into the home. I know you can pay for it, but we need a little more income for affordability because prices are where they are. Because at the end of the day, guys, as we get ready to wrap this up, as we get ready to wrap it up, here's the deal. Prices are where prices are. And I know a lot of you may have been listening to misinformation by folks that are seeking advertising dollars, but I want you to default to your local realtor if you're serious about buying and ask them to run the numbers for you. And what you'll find in most markets, even the ones that have corrected the most in 2023, we're not back down to home price levels prior to 2019. They're elevated and they're going to stay elevated until the time is there's enough inventory, enough homes to go around. And I won't get distracted and go down that rabbit trail, but there's not enough homes, supply and demand. So you have to deal with the environment that we're in and partner with the right people so that you can maximize your affordability and, most importantly, secure the home to get in the game. Because in conclusion, it's like this, right? It's an issue. Affordability is an issue, but home ownership can be achieved with the right plan and partnership. So that's the show for this week. If we're hitting the mark, let us know. Leave us a review for our traditional podcast listeners, those that are listening via audio. If you're watching via video, leave a comment. Let us know if the information is helpful to you. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, let's be good to one another. Let us let grace abound. And until the next time, peace.